Man, why people so nosy, man? People be nosy. Hey, what's up, Carrie? I see. Let's see how many people I can get to come on up in here with me. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and just go on my little rant. I don't know. Hopefully, y'all can hear me and it sound good. Let me turn this up. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna assume the sound's good. All right. I'm going from my phone only because the laptop's computer doesn't see. I mean, the laptop's webcam ain't all that good. I mean, I'm not doing 4K here, but I want to say it's at least. I hear that noise too in the background. Okay, sound good. All right, let's get it. All right, y'all. So check it out. This is where I'm going with this one. All right. From my title says police and taxes, right? So I think I got the solution. I have a solution to fix all the corruption going on with the policing and all the corruption, the stealing going on with our tax money, right? All right, so let me start off with the polices, all right? With the police. So they already have a body cam on, right? They're supposed to have a body cam on at all times or whenever they're doing their stops or whatever it may be. So here's the thing. If our tax dollar is what's paying their salaries, then we're kind of like their boss, right? We're their bosses. We should be able to have more of a say-so into what goes on when it comes to the budget, when it comes to who gets hired, who gets fired, everything, right? All the way from the top to bottom. So here's the thing. Here's what I think should happen, all right? When a police officer gets up and goes to work and clocks in, right? When he has any interaction, and I mean any interaction, what's up, Gene? What's going on, bro? So when this police officer starts his day off, right? I mean, any interaction they have with the civilian, anybody in public, 100%, all of us tax-paying citizens over here, whatever you want to call it, all of us taxpayers, we should have some type of app, right? And this app is going to be a live feed of what's going on with the police officer and whatever he's doing, whether it be making a stop, whether it be, going to someone's house to serve a warrant, whatever it may be, right? A live feed going straight to our phones or our TVs, wherever we're going to have it at. And we can see every single thing that happens within this interaction, right? I mean, everything. There shouldn't be no exceptions to it, right? Any exception at all. We should all be able to have some type of vote, right? I mean, it's not a perfect system, right? I just thought about this and I thought, you know what, amen, this shit could actually work. It could work. If we're able to see what they do all day, every day at work, from the moment they go to work to the moment they get off, right? Obviously, they need their little lunch breaks. They need some type of privacy to go to the restroom and do whatever they got to do. But other than that, there is no other privacy that is needed when it comes to being a police officer, right? I mean, this is the job you sign up for. And our tax dollar is what's paying your salary. So I'll be damned if I'm paying someone's bills or their salary, and I have no say-so over what happens with that person when they're doing their job, right? So if they pull somebody over, automatically we all get a ping on our phone notification. All right, such and such officer from this precinct in this region is pulling over somebody, and we should have live feed, live access as to what is about to happen, right? To see if it's fair, if it's unfair, if anything goes on. The hiring process, we should have a say-so in the hiring process, right? As to who gets hired, who gets fired, who gets a raise, all of that stuff, right? Why is it that our tax dollar gets to pay someone else's salary, which is a starting salary more than what most of us can ever start at, right? Why don't we have a say so in anything that goes on with these people? Live feed, we got an app, right? Let's see if we can, if I can't maybe get an app started and see if we can't put this out there in the universe, right? Which somebody probably steal the shit and say they came up with it first or something, right? But it's all good. So it may not be perfect, right? But it can work. And you know how that old saying goes, it's not what you do whenever somebody's watching, it's what you do whenever their back is turned, right? Whenever no one's looking, that's whenever the integrity really shows. And for the most part, I don't know what it is about police officers, right? I don't know what it is about them. But I shit you not, anyone I've ever encountered, right? Anyone. And I've had a couple homies, like friends from that I grew up with, right? Friends that we used to thug it out. We used to thug it out back in the day, and they became police officers, right? What's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Yeah, it's been a while, man. But you know, I'm back home, right? So look, a lot of y'all may not know, but whenever I kind of had to go away for a little while, right? I kind of had to go and sit my ass down somewhere, and you know, I couldn't live stream. I ain't had no phone, right? I mean, I had internet access a couple hours a day, but when it's all said and done, it's all over with, like for sure, I'm gonna come on here, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna share a little bit of info about it and what exactly happened and what I went through and what I did, because it was all by choice, right? It was by choice. I was tired of being tied to anything that had to do with this government, United States of America, whatever it may be. I was tired of having any kind of ties to it, right? Which, I mean, I can't escape all of them, but now I don't have to. Ain't nobody gonna be able to call me up and make me go fight, send me to war. They can't do that shit no more to me, right? I'm free from all that. But my YouTube took a hit, man. I mean, I'll tell you, it took a hit. I was already like, I was so close to the watch hours time that I needed. And you know, it has to be within a 12-month span. You had to have 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month span. And man, I was so close. And then that shit happened. Oh man, I don't even like looking at it no more. I'm like, damn, I did all that work for nothing. I mean, I still have the credit on there, right? But it's only a 12-month span that they worried about. But yeah, when it's all said and done, probably a couple more months, I think I'll have my final little, I guess you could say, like, it's like a little hearing or something, or whatever it is they're gonna do. And then whenever I can talk about it 100%, well, I'm finna get on here and I'm gonna talk all about it, yo. I'm gonna talk about everything that happened. Cause they some sorry mofos, man. But let me get back to what I was talking about, right? So this policing thing, we definitely need a live 24-hour, not 24 hours, you know what I mean? But if they on the clock and they're getting paid for it, we need to see what's going on. A live feed, right? When they about to get hired, we need to see what's going on. When they're gonna get fired, when something comes up, when they do something wrong, and they're gonna maybe give them punishment, or you know, when they put them on that leave, they suspend them with pay. Nah, the people should have the say so as to what is gonna happen with that person, right? With that police officer. We do. We should make the calls, right? I'll never understand how it is that we pay their salary, but we don't even get to decide how their budget gets spent or how much they get paid. It makes no sense, right? Like with taxes, same thing with taxes, right? So like, I don't pay for federal. I don't pay federal taxes, right? But still, whenever I get my paycheck, right now, I mean, man, shit, I'm a W-2 employee now, right? I'm no longer 1099, or I mean, I technically still have a business, right? But I'm a 1099. I mean, I'm a W-2 employee now, so I don't have to pay federal taxes, right? But still, they get me every week for Social Security, for Medicare. I believe that's it. Social Security and Medicare. And it's not much, right? I mean, it's something. It's still something. The shit still comes out to maybe close to $100 a week that they get me for. And that's just me, right? Just imagine all the millions and millions of people in the world who are paying taxes. We're all paying taxes somehow, some way, right? We go to the store and pay a sales tax for whatever the damn sales tax is. I mean, I don't know what, over here it's 8.25%. You paying 8 cents for every dollar you spend, no matter where you go. All right, so here is, I guess you could say, my solution, right? Every tax dollar that gets paid, everything that gets taken out of our checks, we need to see some type of, I don't know if they need to put it on some type of app as well, or if they just got to give us all the paperwork. They can fucking email it to me. They can fax it to me. They can message it to me. I don't care. I want to see, we all need to see where our tax dollar is going and how it's getting spent, right? We also need to be able to have the power to decide whether or not we want to fix that pothole in the road, right? Whether or not Ukraine is going to get a bunch of money to help whatever it is that they're doing over there in their country, right? Why don't we get to make these decisions? How in the hell is it that these other people in government get to make all these decisions for us, right? Why do they get to make the decisions? Who thought it was a good idea to pay the government and the people who work for us more than what we get paid, right? Like, their starting salaries are ridiculous for what they do, for the type of work they do, the amount of work that they do, no labor involved. Whose bright idea was it to pay them these salaries, right? Because it wasn't ours, because we didn't agree to this shit. I mean, we're complicit now, because I mean, we just like, whatever, it is what it is. Everyone just lets it ride. But how in the hell do they make more money than us? And they take our money to help pay their salaries. And they also take our money to build the freeways. They also take our money to do everything else in all these other countries to help them people, which I got nothing against these other people, right? Like, I ain't got nothing against, I don't know them. But that shit ain't my problem, right? It ain't my problem. We got our own problems over here, right? In the US, we got our own problems going on over here. Lots of them. We got people in poverty over here, people who don't eat over here. I mean, I feel bad, and I get it. Them starving kids in other countries and all that stuff, man, I get it. I'm sure it's horrible. But hey, we got starving babies over here too, right? We got shit over here that needs to get fixed. So all of us who pay taxes, we all should get we should all be able to audit. We should be able to audit them whenever we want, right? All of us should have the right to be able to see at any given moment. Let me jump on my app real quick and let me get a hold of Congress, or let me get a hold of the mayor here in my state or something, in my city. Let me go ahead and tell them I need to see where all of my tax dollars went this last month, right? I need to see how it was spent and why it was spent on these things, and whether or not it was a good way to spend it, right? We should be able to approve this shit. Like, before they sent that money to Ukraine, we should have all got a vote. And if majority didn't vote yes, then the money's not going, right? Plain and simple. Like, this one's not hard, y'all. This one ain't hard at all. They want to make it complicated, and they want to make it seem like they're doing all this crazy, like, fucking trigonometry to figure out how to make the balance sheet work, right? How they budget it all out. That's bullshit. All of us in the United States of America, I don't even know how many people it is now, right? Including all the illegals that keep coming in. The number just don't stop, right? But just think about it. And I'm not talking about the money that gets taken out of payroll. I'm talking about the money that we spend every single day when we go to the store and buy a piece of bubble gum, right? You go to the store and get you a Gatorade. It don't matter what you buy from the store. It's all getting taxed. All of it. It all gets taxed. So just think about that. Where does all that money go? Like, right now, we should have access to see how much money is being put or being spent right now, and how much is getting accumulated from all these taxes, from all these sales tax that we're paying. Could y'all imagine what that bank account looks like? Just imagine if there's one big bank account somewhere and everything that gets spent on sales tax goes straight to that bank account. I can only imagine how much money it is, right? It's enough to fix everything over here for us. It's enough for all of us to live comfortably, all of us to eat, and everyone to have a good life, right? It's more than enough. It's always some type of dumbass comeback with, oh, inflation, and you're gonna make the dollar worth less. None of that shit matters. None of it matters. They can talk to me about it all day and explain it till they're blue in the face. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's simple. It's simple. Y'all can cut all of us a check every week for $1,000. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna make anything bad happen on the other side, right? Yeah, you might think it's gonna make the dollar worth less, but if they just continue cutting that check every week, if they don't raise prices, and they continue letting businesses work and letting businesses do what they got to do, right, to make money, we're gonna be all right. It's gonna be cool. Ain't nothing gonna happen. They're just greedy, right? They're just being greedy with it, and then shit ain't ever gonna change, right? Until we finally just, all of us, I guess you could say, just come together, right? It sounds cliche and it sounds cheesy as fuck, but there ain't no other way to put it, right? Like, man, I tell you, when I was in the military, like, I was on this same type of shit that whatever I'm talking about now, right? Like, I was on that same shit now, like how I was. Like, I used to think I was gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be a revolutionist, like a revolutionary. I'm finna help change the world type shit, right? I used to think crazy like that. Big dreams. But when I was in the military, had I gotten all of my battle buddies and all of my people with me to just come together, we could have did whatever we wanted, right? We could have changed whatever we wanted to change. We could have made it happen, right? We would have had the power. But I tell you, man, it's almost impossible to get people together to do this type of shit. They just won't do it. It won't happen. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, I remember when I didn't want to, it was strictly out of fear, right? Like, I was just scared. But when now, now I'm not scared, like, at all. Like, it is what it is now. Whatever happens, happens, right? Whatever they gonna do to me, the worst they can do is just take my life, right? That's the worst they can do. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing really other they can do. I've been through all the suffering. I've been through all the trials and tribulations, all the heartaches, everything, right? They've put me through some shit. I've been through some shit. I've put myself through some shit. So ain't nothing that they can do that I ain't gonna be able just to stand up and just keep it pushing and get through it. So that's the only way, right? That's the only way. I know I'm just ranting, y'all, but I thought about it today and I'm like, damn, how much money in sales tax gets paid every single day around all the states in the United States? I can only imagine. It's got to be trillions, right? It's got to be trillions. I know it don't sound like much, but a couple cents off of every dollar, a few cents off every dollar, and all the dollars that get spent every single day, nah. We need access to that. We need to see where that money's going. We need to see how much it is. And from time to time, whenever we know we're struggling and we need a little bit, all of us should have the right to be able to get into that little account and take a little money for ourselves, right? Like, hey, look, we should have maybe 2 times a month. Every person in the United States who pays taxes twice a month, if you're hurting or you're struggling, you can go into this account and get you $1,000, right? You get you a couple grand or something like that. Something, anything. But damn, they gonna keep it all for themselves? They're gonna keep it all for themselves. So what we gotta do? We gotta make our own we make our own sales tax, right? All of us who pay sales tax, we're gonna start our own sales tax. We gotta find us a treasurer, right? Somebody who we can trust be in charge of it. And we all put our money into a big old bank account. And we can all help each other out the same way, right? This is what it was all supposed to be about whenever they first started this shit. What they made it seem like. They made it seem like it was gonna be to help us all. But it turns out, they just robbing all of us. We getting robbed daily. I get robbed all the time by the government. Like, straight up just rob me in my face and I don't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. This shit getting old, y'all. It gets old, right? Yeah, you know, it sounds good. Work hard. The American dream. Start a business, family. Become successful. But there ain't no way, there's no other way to put it, right? There's too many obstacles that get put in our way where they try to make us not be able to live out our dreams or be able to become successful and whatnot. It's possible. People do it all the time, right? I had a thriving business before. It was thriving. I was making really good money. But let me keep it real with y'all, right? Let me keep it a buck. In order for me to obtain that business that I had to do some fuck shit, all right? I had to do some fuck shit. I had to do some bull. I had to do some illegal shit to be able to get myself ahead, to get the money together for me to start my business, right? You know, I ain't kill nobody. I ain't hurt nobody. I didn't rob nobody. I didn't steal from nobody, right? But I did some fucked up things to get that money. Because, I mean, I was supposed to just keep working, you know, 20, 30 years and save up and then get a retirement or 401k. Nah, fuck that. I'm not doing that, right? What you got here, Gene? Yes, those funds, they get collected quarterly. It's crazy. I agree. You get taxed in so many ways now. You get taxed for buying items online and using digital service. Man, bro, we get taxed for shit that you're not supposed to get. Okay, for one, I'm not gonna get into how the whole entire concept of taxes is illegal, right? Like it's illegal. So, you know, I mean, I can go back and forth about that shit all day, right? But the fact of the matter is it's illegal. So that's the part that I still can't get over, right? Like, god damn, we just willy-nilly just giving this shit up all the time, right? No one says shit, right? Like, taxes are a contribution. A contribution is a gift. So why the fuck do we keep gifting money to these people who make more money than us, live in bigger houses than us, drive better cars than us? Why is it that we keep having to give them more money, right? And you know, it sounds like, oh yeah, I can say this shit all day and people be like, yeah, you're right. But everyone just falls in line, right? Everyone just falls in line. And you know what I guess that's just the way it's gonna be. I guess that's just the way it's gonna be, right? But slowly but surely, something's gotta give, right? Something's gotta give. To where all the people in the world who are like, you know, the people who think like us, right? Something's gonna end up breaking to where we like, shit, we got our own thing going on, we doing our own little, I don't know what it is or how it's gonna work, right? But it's gonna have to. It's gonna have to. Ain't no way it's gonna sustain like this. They're either gonna try to get rid of all of us, or we're gonna make a big power move and we're gonna start doing our own thing, right? We're gonna have our own government, our own mayors, I don't know about mayors and president. I don't even like the terms of all that shit. We appoint someone to tell us what to do. The fuck? Shit make no sense. We vote for someone and they get to tell us what to do with our money and how to live. What? Shit's unreal, y'all. Hello, master. Are you wearing your dress socks now? Please show your sock feet, please, master. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck. You got a weird fetish or want to see my feet? A weirdo. You a weirdo, bro. Watching you on my TV screen now, master. Well, all right, shit. Turn it up. I don't know who that is, y'all. He can stay. It's all good. I don't give a shit. I need watch time, so he could watch too. But another thing, y'all. Something else I've been thinking a lot about is this whole the whole LGBTQ thing, right? And the whole trans movement. And I've been getting a lot of this shit on my YouTube shorts, right? Like on the feed. It's been, the algorithm's been kicking at me a lot lately. And it never fails, y'all. I shit you not, it never fails. Go to the comment section, and majority of the comments, I'm saying like maybe like a 95% of everyone in the comments is children, preteens, literally preteens, children. And a lot of them, you can tell, right? You can see there. I guess it's like there's like a thing going. That's a trend right now, right? Excuse me. There's a thing going on right now to where I guess they put in their favorite, some type of cartoon character or an anime character, It's a weird type of, maybe it's got to be some type of Japanese anime type shit, right? They put that as their default pick, and that's how I spot them right away. I can tell immediately that that's a person who's not even in high school yet. And I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy, right? I mean, I sometimes I go in there and, you know, I'm like, when I'm bored and I'm like, man, I'm finna get on some, I'm gonna be on some petty shit today. I'm finna comment something stupid, right? Or I guess in my mind, I feel like I gotta combat the whole fucking agenda that they got going on, right? Balance. Gotta balance it out, right? They shoot their shots, and then I shoot my shots. Or, you know, you got people like me too who we shoot our shots. So they do what they gotta do, then we do what we gotta do, right? It ain't gonna balance out. I don't think so, but nonetheless, I'm still gonna continue to fucking say shit about it, right? If I'm not riding with it, I'm not vibing with it. But when I read the comments, damn, man, if I tell you, this shit don't be making me think sometimes about all the children who are in school right now, who are about to get turned out, who are about to be on this bullshit. Happy Pride Month. I see that shit all the time right now. Happy Pride Month. And it's like, damn, man. The children come to school, and then they see all these people with their rainbow flags, and then they're painting their faces, and they're getting together. Everyone's getting acknowledgement. People are getting praise. And of course, children are gonna look at this shit and be like, damn, you know, especially ones who aren't, you know, who don't have many friends, who aren't that popular. There's gonna be so many students who see this shit and think to themselves, damn, I can get this validation too. If I come out of the closet, then everyone's gonna say I'm super freaking, that you know, that I'm a, what's the word for it, right? Y'all know what I mean, right? How courageous of you to come out the closet now. And they're gonna get their little praise, and they're gonna get to rock the rainbow flags, and they're gonna get to go buy their little sticker decals and all this extra shit, right? They're gonna get to do all this. And so it's gonna be a little temporary fix for them. They're gonna be all right, like, okay. But damn, just pay attention to the comments, y'all. And if I tell you what you get to say, yep, that's why the LGBs are fighting. Yeah, I mean, I see that. I see that shit now. I see that the ones who are just, you know, just the people who just straight up, just, you know, just the ones who are attracted to the same sex, right? I see these people starting to say shit about the people who are trans, and the people who are pushing that extreme shit. You're starting to see it now. They're starting to speak up, which is cool, right? It's all fine and good, even though I still don't agree with, you know, the way with the things they do. Shit, I ain't nobody to fucking, you know, whether I agree or disagree, it don't matter, right? They grown ass people. But if I tell you, this shit is not, it's crazy. It really is crazy, y'all. I homeschool my children, right? I homeschool my babies. But I got a couple nieces. Well, shit, I got a few nieces. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got about 5 nieces, right? And they all go to public school. All of them. And I'm not saying that just because they go to public school that they're gonna automatically, you know, turn out fucked up or something. But what I am saying is that send them to public school, give them a smartphone, and, you know, not be the type of parent that really watches over them, then yeah, that's a fucking recipe for disaster, right? Oh, we got Iron 5. What's up, bro? Fierro Cinco. That's Fierro Cinco. What is fucking weirdo? What's your shoe size and your sock color, please, sir? God damn, boy. You sound thirsty as fuck. Shoe size, god damn. Crazy, bro. Anyway. Okay, like I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. This fucking weirdo made me lose my train of thought. But okay, the school children, the LGBTQ, how it's getting pushed. Pride, happy Pride Month. None of this shit, you know, okay, I'm 34 years old, y'all. I'm 34. And I was class of 05, right? I graduated 2005. And there was a few people who we knew were, you know, maybe 1 or 2 dudes in the school who were gay, but they were always quiet. Ain't never fucked with nobody. They kept to themselves. Nobody ever messed with them like that, right? There was a couple females who were lesbian, but never was a fucking Pride Month a thing, right? I don't remember if I don't know how long Pride Month or the month of Pride has been around, but when I was in school, this shit wasn't, I mean, it wasn't happening. Yeah, we had girls who were pregnant. Man, I remember I was in fucking, I want to say 8th grade, the first time I seen a chick in school pregnant in middle school. Boy, that shit fucked my head up, right? Like I remember I sat and thought about that shit for a while because I was like, damn, she's fucking pregnant. I want to say she might have been in 7th grade and I was in 8th grade at the time, but so that shit became normal, right? When I got to high school, the more and more I see girls were pregnant, and a lot of them had to drop out and go to night school because at the night school we had over here, they had a daycare in the damn high school, so you can go to school, they'd watch your children for you, and you can go home and you can still do what you got to do, right? Get that so-called high school diploma, whatever it is that they're going after, right? Go to college, whatever they want. But when I tell you pride, this shit was not nowhere, nothing like this right now, right? So this is what I say. You send your kid to public school, along with letting them have a smartphone with no restrictions, and also being a not so very attentive parent, then I probably will say, yeah, you know what, chances are your child's gonna get screwed over by the people who run this world and the ones who are fucking simulating whatever it is that they're trying to simulate as far as the agendas, as far as the psyops. Someone's just sitting back, like an evil genius is just sitting back and watching everything happen, right? Everything play out. Just like the Sims, the game The Sims, right? It's a pretty good game. I used to play The Sims. But the same shit. Let me see if we can't start pushing a certain fucking agenda in this region so we can sit back and watch how many fucking children we can get to go this way or go that way. Whatever, I don't know the reason why, right? None of us really know the reason why the fuck they do what they do. But they do it. That's for sure. We know they do it. But damn, man. I stop and think, you know what? I'm about to hear someone's gonna come out the closet from my family, right? Who's next? That's all I'm thinking. Who the fuck is next? Who's gonna come out the closet? This shit's crazy. Oh, you know what? I remember what I was gonna say now before that fucking weirdo probably still watching. But so turns out, y'all, I have a cousin, and this is my cousin, right? This is my blood. This is my cousin, my little cousin, right? I have a cousin. Was a boy. Well, now he's a girl. All right. Like, man, this shit's crazy, y'all. This shit's crazy. So turns out my little cousin was man, molested or I don't know to the extent of what happened to him, right? But when he was younger, I do know for sure that so my uncle and his wife had a son. Okay, so my uncle already had a son prior, right, from a previous marriage. So that boy was older. So it turns out that the older brother molested the little brother, right, my little cousin. And I don't know to the extent, I don't know if it was like fucking full-on rape or what he did to him. I don't know what he did to him, but he did something to him, right? And we remember when it happened, and the little boy was, man, my little cousin was always quiet. And remember when I was younger, I used to go over there to his house and spend the night with him and shit. And like, man, I used to look at their, man, like I used to sit there and just think about it and wish, like, damn, I wish this was my family. I wish this was my father. I wish they had this house. Like he had his own room, whenever you paint your son's room a certain color and you have all the cool things and the little big old, toy trucks and the posters on the wall. My cousin had all that shit, right? And, I'm coming from, man, where I grew up on the street. I mean, if you gotta, I guess you gotta be from Houston to really know this, but I grew up on a street that was, man, it was the slums, right? It's grimy and fucking just shitty, just nasty. So our house was really fucking bad whenever I was growing up. I grew up in a really bad area and a bad house, ugly house, right? I ain't had my own room. Like we had this one big old house with like 2 rooms that everyone walked through it and you can see everyone that came in and out or whatever. But I used to just sit back and be like, damn, man, my little cousin got the life, right? He got his nice room. His dad fucking takes care of him. And this is my father's brother, right? So, I don't know my father. Well, my father left me when I was a baby. But I do know I know his brothers. I've met his sisters before, and this one particular brother, I used to always sit back and say to myself, damn, I wish this dude was my father. I wish he was the one who raised me, because he was a good man. Still to this day, when I see this man, like I ain't got nothing but love for this man. Like, he's a good person. So his son Was younger, boom, it happened. He starts getting a little bit older, right? Coming into his own. So then the next time I see him, years pass, and then I see him, he's a little bit more grown up. And then we went to go eat at a restaurant somewhere for someone's birthday party. I don't remember. But, you know, I don't see this family a lot. You know, I don't speak to them, right? I mean, they don't even fucking, my father left and then nobody knows where he went. But, you know, he has family in Houston. So, you know, I get older and I start reaching out to certain family members trying to, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. So I hadn't seen this uncle in a long time. So years later, boom, we pop back up and I see my cousin, my little cousin, the one who likes to go spend the night. We used to fucking play games and shit and stay up all night, you know, do boy shit. So I see him and he's flamboyant as fuck, right? Like pizza on the fucking, however they call it, whatever the fuck they call that shit, man. The dude was flamboyant as fuck. And I then found out that he had a scholarship or he got sent to University of Texas. And you know, back then, this was maybe, man, fucking over 10 years ago, for sure, right? I'm 34. Yeah, it had to have been over 10 years ago. So at that time, I wasn't all the way fully aware or enlightened as to everything that was going on or happening, especially with these big universities like UT, right? University of Texas. So now that I know, I'm like, damn, man, it all makes sense. So they sent their son away to go live on campus, right? To have the college dorm room experience and all that shit. And look what happened. Everything started to take place to where he was going to transition into a woman. And I'm like, damn, man. So, you know, the more and more I start finding out shit now, whenever I'm doing my research and I'm looking into things and find out that University of Texas has fucking classes specifically for that type of shit, right? For the whole genders things, right? They have classes and the professors who teach this shit there, they're basically pushing this shit, right? Letting the children think that, hey, you know what? It's all cool, you know. You feeling the way you're feeling, you might need to transition to a woman, right? Like that's gonna fix all your problems, right? That's gonna definitely take care of everything. You're never gonna have a regular family, you know. You're never gonna do all that, you know. This is okay. You're gonna be able to transition, and we're all gonna support you here, and you're gonna get all the encouragement that you're ever gonna want, right? People are gonna fucking come up to you and praise you, type shit, right? That's what they're doing. So I wish sometimes I'm like, damn, man, I wish I can sit back and talk to my uncle, because see, that ended up ruining my uncle's marriage with his wife, right? So he was my uncle through blood. His wife was my marriage through marriage. I mean, his wife was my aunt through marriage. So, of course, that shit ruined them. They ain't make it. They got divorced. And they had a badass family, man. Like the ideal family that I thought was like fucking perfect. I used to wish it was me. So the universities will enforce and support that mindset. Yeah, man. They definitely will do that, man. And it's crazy because it used to be everyone's like ultimate goal, right? Like go to school, graduate, get a good enough GPA to get into a good college, to then turn around, you know, get a good career. And you know, the bigger name of the university, the better, right? Why not? That's what everyone like. And still, people still, I mean, I'm not on that shit no more, right? But everyone in my family still is. Like my sister, she's gonna my niece is probably gonna go to one of the best universities in the world. Like no telling, right? Like if not one of the best, I'm pretty sure she's gonna go to a really, really good one. And all I can think about is like, damn, man, when they get over there and they're on their own, and you know, they're finally becoming adults, and they have all this freedom, and they don't have to, you know, have anybody looking over them. It's a recipe for disaster. So, you know, my aunt and my uncle, they get divorced. And I mean, we all know that's the reason why, right? Because my uncle wasn't trying to have that shit, right? Like, this is my Mexican family side, right? Like, this is my dad from Mexico. So, you know, my uncle was like straight up man's man, you know, like he wasn't having that shit. And of course, my aunt, my cousin's mother, she was so sucked into the bullshit that she just thought she was being a good mom, right? Like, I don't try to take nothing away from her as a parent, as a mother, because in her mind, she's doing what she thinks is right, you know. And who am I to tell her what's right or wrong? Like, I'm not nobody to do that. But I know for a fact that her ass is just sucked into the whole bullshit, like sucked into the bullshit. Like if I could be wrong, but she's probably a fucking voting fucking She's probably a liberal, right? And they're both from Mexico, right? Like they're immigrants. They came over here and like the type of people who you would think would be conservative people, right? Not that, you know, I'm trying to say certain people should be more. Y'all know what I mean, but you would think they'd be conservative because they came over here. They had nothing. They started a little business. My uncle had like a little painting business or something. The shit ended up taking off, and they had one of the nicest houses that I had ever been to as a child. So they were doing good. And I'm damn, man. My aunt really thought and thinks that she was doing the best by her child. And she was also somebody who always wanted a daughter, right? Like you can tell, like she was like obsessed with my nieces type shit. Like she always wanted a daughter. So now she got this son who's a fucking like, man, full blown. I mean, had the fucking surgery down there, had a BBL, like full blown, right? Like and the man, the shit's crazy, y'all, because I've seen a couple of you know, those people, the Transformers, right? I've seen them in real life before. And you know, I can't lie and sit here and say that yes, I find it very weird, right? But I'm never gonna just treat somebody ugly just because, right? Just because I'm not gonna do that, right? I just keep my shit to I keep my comments to myself and whatever. I won't say nothing. But I can't lie, y'all. This shit kind of, it freaks me out a little bit. Like it kind of weirds me out to a point where I'm like, damn, like I don't even want to be next to the person, right? And I know it's wrong. I know I shouldn't be like that, but I can't help it. I just can't help it. So I have yet to be in front of my cousin now, as how he is now, right? And you know, this is it's caused a couple of things here and there, like, you know, whenever my niece had her quinceañera not too long ago, and I knew he was gonna be there, and then it turned out that there was gonna be some type of seating arrangement where if me and my family were gonna go there, then we were gonna end up being sat at a table where he was gonna be, and I was like, oh man, you know, like, and you know, no, my sister knows me, and this is the disrespect that I feel like I deal with on some bullshit, right? Like they know damn well how the fuck I feel about that, and how I feel about my children being around that. Why would you fucking try to sit me at the table like that? Shit, it don't make no sense, right? It don't make no sense. I didn't go. I didn't go either way, so it don't matter. But apparently, they brought him up to the fucking during the party, and he got on the microphone to say some things about my. Oh my god, this is some bullshit, right? And I got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, right? And I got a baby girl. She's fucking 9 months. My baby girl. She's not even a year yet. But my 8-year-old boy, if I tell you that this boy ain't fucking like, I don't know how you get to, or who gets to qualify somebody for being a genius, right? But in my eyes, of course, I mean, it's my baby, right? So I'm gonna say that. But everyone else can see it with my 8-year-old boy, man. Like he's very bright. He's a little too bright, right? Like I've kind of created a monster out of him. Like I did too much, right? But it's all good. But I just know my son, and he's not going to let it go. Like he's not. He's gonna ask me questions all night, right? He's gonna want to know, like, because I seen him before, right? It's happened. Okay, so let me tell y'all a story. So you know, every now and then, I take my 2 little boys. I try to get them out the house, right? So I can let my wife have some time, you know, so she could chill. And my boys are crazy, right? They be all over the damn place, crazy. So I take them to the park every now and then. We go to the park and we just chill, we just play. So not too long ago, we're at the park, and there was this little boy there, right? And he had, and so I'm looking at the family. So the little boy had 2 moms. So the mom, I'm like, oh shit, here we go, right? I don't say nothing about it. I don't think nothing about it, whatever. So then the 2 moms are over there sitting at the table. So then they send the little son and his big brother to come play, and we're over here like on the monkey bars and shit or whatever. So I seen the little boy, the small one, and I noticed him right away, right? Because he had a Mario shirt on. And I thought the shirt was cool, right? Like, I seen the shirt and I was like, oh, that's some shit, you know, that's a cool shirt, right? Like, I would like a shirt like that for my boys, right? Like, he had Mario and Yoshi on it. The shit was cool. I thought it was cool. So then, I look again. I say, goddamn, the little boy got his nails painted, right? In different colors too, right? But like some more of a feminine type of shit, right? Now I'm just like, oh, shit, man. So like I feel like I gotta play defense now, right? So I'm looking for my little boy, because my 5-year-old, You know, I'm not too. My 5-year-old's the one who has autism, right? You know, I'm autistic, right? A lot of y'all know that my 5-year-old has autism, but my 8-year-old, that's the one I worry about more about seeing this type of shit, right? So I'm looking around trying. I'm gonna have to cut the play off, right? I'm finna get in the middle, or let me come and try to do some type of defense to distract him. It was too fucking late, right? I seen my son sitting on the bench, like just looking in space, dazed off, right? With just a confused fucking look on his face. And that boy, if I tell you that boy was in deep thought, and I look at him, I'm like, "What's up, son? What's going on?" And he's like, "Dad, that little boy got his nails painted." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And right away, man, I don't even remember exactly how I went about it or what I did, right? But so this is what happened. So then, okay, so they were white, and they were them whites, like they were them whites, like them clear, or the motherfuckers was almost clear, right? So they're playing. So there's a little black boy, and he's on the monkey bars, right? So I had already had an interaction with him earlier at the park when we were playing, right? Because my little boys were playing, so then something happened over there. So we had already spoke to him back and forth, said a couple of things, we joked around or whatever. He's running back and forth. So the little boy, the little black boy's hanging on the fucking swing thing, right? And he got his head looking down, and he sees the boy's nails that are painted too. So then that little boy told him, "Why your nails painted? That's for girls." And I was like, "Oh shit, man, here we go," right? So we sit back, and me and my son are watching all this, right? So then that little boy's big brother, you know, he came over, and, you know, rightfully so, he came, I guess, to defend his little brother's honor, right? But he came and hit the little black boy with that bullshit. "Oh, you can have your nails painted, okay? It's not just for girls, it's also for boys." And I was like, "Oh shit, man, here we go," right? So then the little black boy said something else to him, right? He fired his ass up. He fired the little boy up. And he got them upset, right? Because they went back to their mommy, and then mommy got pissed off, right? And they came with their little bullshit and got up, acting like they was finna come check something. They ended up doing, they got their children and took them back over there to the table or something. But I go back to my little boy, and my little boy's still in deep thought, because he's thinking about it. Because these are the type of things that the people who run the fucking world, they know that these type of things are gonna affect these fucking children's minds, right? Especially children who are smart and being raised correctly by good parents. I don't mean toot my own horn, y'all, but it is what it is. Me and my wife, we amazing parents. Make all the sacrifices that got to be made for our children, no matter what people say. We do it. So my little boy's still sitting there in thought, man, and I'm like, damn, man, I don't even know how to go about this. I don't know how to explain this to him, right? So, you know, I did the best that I could, right? And you know, I'm not gonna say everything that I told him, because sometimes I say some foul shit, right? And I let my little boy know too, right? Like I say it in front of my son too. Like I treat him almost like if he's a grown man sometimes, right? And maybe it's wrong, and maybe it's not, but I know that whenever he gets older, I ain't gonna have to worry about him. I'll be able to send him out in the world. He gonna be all right. Let me see. I'm missing the comments. We got some. Let me see here. I tell you, but there's no this thing. So that's some bullshit. Having to explain other people's degeneracy to your children. Yeah, man, I know, man. That shit ain't fair. It ain't fair at all. More reasons why I'm glad I moved out of libtard socialist California decades ago. Man, bro, you know California, I can't even lie. The weather, okay, so I was born in San Diego, right? But I was never like, I think we came immediately over here, like while I was still months old. And you know, I've been back afterwards and whatnot, but so the weather in California is beautiful. It really is beautiful. And I remember where we lived at, right? It was close to, well, I had family that lived there, so when I went to go visit, it was close to Del Mar. Well, we got Big Pat up in the building. What's up, Brian? So it was close to Del Mar, right? There's a beach right there. So I remember, you know, coming from Houston, Texas, and our beach over here, Galveston, it's probably one of the nastiest fucking beaches you'll ever see. Like nasty. I technically can't even go to the beach in Houston because of something I don't have a fucking I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, right? But if I go to the beach here in Houston, and if I touch the sand or sit down in the sand, wherever I get that sand on my body, and if I scratch my face or whatever, that shit's finna rash me up. Like legit finna rash me up and mess me up. So I can't even go to the beach over here, right? The shit's nasty. So California, I remember that, man. I remember we walking out the apartment and just walking down the sidewalk and boom, walking to a beach. The shit was beautiful. The weather was beautiful. But I don't think I could. I don't know. I don't think I could do. I've been back, you know, after that. And the more and more I would go, the more and more I would say to myself, I'm like, damn, man, this is just fucking ridiculous. It's crazy. We were paying like $1,400 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment with no kind of air conditioning, right? There was no AC units in the, I guess because their weather is always good or something. There was no AC units. The shit was ridiculous, crazy high. But something about the people over there, right? I guess the people who walk around over there just like, maybe it is maybe it is a liberal thing, right? Maybe it is a liberal type of thing, because you don't have that so much over here. Like, I mean, you do, right? Like in Houston. Over here in Houston, when they're liberal, it's either like, there ain't no in between. You're either like fucking hardcore fucking liberal or they're conservative, right? But man, in California, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could live there, right? Me personally, I don't think I could live there. If anything, I'm trying to get my ass up out of here. In Texas, I like Texas. I do like Texas, right? It's cool. I like the freedom that we get to have as far as what do you say? You say it's that BP Rich Gulf Beach, man, dude. I tell you, man, Galveston, in the beach over here. Well, it's not in Houston, right? It's in Galveston, right? It's like a 45-minute drive from me. You can go and take the ferry and do all that shit, right? It's cool, right? It was a cool little experience when I was younger, when I was a kid. But I tell you, I'm not finna get in that fucking water. I'm not finna put my feet in that water. I'm not finna let my children play in that water. We not finna fucking like, no, I'm not finna do it. The shit is nasty. Like, you can walk in it and look down, you're not gonna see nothing. Like, you're not gonna see shit, but all the nasty dirt coming up brown, right? Like, nasty. But I've been to beaches before, right? Like, I've been to beaches in, there's one in New Mexico, Elephant Butte Lake. I'll never forget that. That was one of the times I was able to look down and you see your feet in the water, man. This shit's amazing. It really is amazing. It's beautiful. We ain't having that over here. This shit's nasty. But man, if there's one thing I do like about Texas, it's the whole everything that has to do with the weapon, with the pistol, right? With a gun. Like, it really does make a difference. It really does allow me to be able to go out every single day. And okay, even before, right? Like, even before, I'm a hothead. I'm young, you know. I'm young. I'm 34. I was raised in a really like ghetto hood environment. So I made it out, and I feel like, you know, I'm better for it. I'm stronger for it. Guess you could say I walk around with some type of, you know, little confidence. I got an ego as well, you know. It is what it is, but I've always walked around like ain't nobody finna tell me shit, and ain't nobody definitely finna tell my babies or my wife shit, right? And it feels good whenever you able to go out with your family, not ever be in fear, not ever have to worry about if somebody's gonna come try to fucking take your manhood or punk you in front of your wife and children, or, you know, anything like that, right? It's a good feeling. I walk around and it's cool. But with the pistol laws down here, man, it really is like it's like night and day. It really is. Because I guess whenever you're walking around or when you're driving around and you have that thing on you, I do. I feel like Superman, right? And it's probably not a very good thing. It's probably not a good thing to be walking around feeling like that. Like, man, like, I hope somebody would say something. I'll bust their ass right now. Like, I know I got to stop all that shit. Like, that's not cool. I can't be going out here trying to shoot everybody up, and, you know, and then my babies are gonna not have a father, and that's definitely what I'm not trying to do, right? But at the same time, it's cool to let somebody know, like, you know, we're not having it over here. You can get the best of both in Florida, man. You know what? I've been to Florida, y'all. You know, when y'all had, there was some hurricanes back in, I don't remember the years, right? But y'all had like 4 hurricanes come and hit like back to back to back. And it was really bad, right? Like, it was a big deal. I don't remember the year. I remember much about it, right? Because it was a long time. I know I was a teenager. I was maybe, I don't think I was 8. I definitely wasn't 18 yet. So I might have been like 16, 15, right? Oh shit, we got Super Sly 75 in the building. Hold on, bro. Come on, man. We're gonna just come. Yes, it was 5 in 1 year. Okay, yeah. So when all them hurricanes hit, damn, yo, I'm my bad. I got nosy ass people, man. So y'all can see, look, in the past, when I was at my crib, man, I had built up my studio. I had my own little, man, I had my shit going. It was going good, right? So, you know, as a lot of y'all know, My house burned down. I went through all the bullshit. I was living in a damn hotel. So now I got an apartment now, right? We live in an apartment now. I hate this shit. I can't stand this shit, right? Like I'm not gonna go and live stream inside the apartment. Sometimes I will if no one's home, but my children bad as fuck. I come out here to the car, and if I tell you, these motherfuckers ain't walking by on purpose. They walking by on purpose now. I think they want to they just want to come. Y'all want to come fucking get in the live stream? Y'all want to come? Somebody can come sit down in the passenger seat or something. What the fuck? Shit kind of weird, y'all. The same people keep passing by on purpose. Just nosy as fuck. But so look, whenever them hurricanes came by, when they came through, I had my sister was dating her ex-husband, right? The dude she was with for many years, and his father has started a roofing business. And man, I remember when that shit happened, because this dude, the dude who started the roofing business, was one of the most grimy, fucking just low down. He will screw you over. He used to go pick up the illegal immigrants to work, and then he'd go drop them off and not pay them and hurry up, and like, he used to do some fucked up shit. So this man somehow, from starting his business, within months, that shit happened in Florida. And then I want to say he made $1 million, maybe more. At least $1 million. He made at least $1 million throughout that year, because people were getting roofers and roofing companies from all over, man. And I remember I went out there the first time, and I was like, man, I was doing roofing as a teenager, and I went out there, man. We were working on a high school roof. We were on a high school roof, and then there was a beach like not too far. Man, I can't even lie, y'all. Man, Florida's badass. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It do be hot. Shit do be hot out there, right? But it's beautiful. But I tell you, that water, when I went to Miami, I was in Jacksonville. I was in Miami, I was in Jacksonville. What's the other one? Oh, Pensacola. I was in Pensacola. So Miami, Jacksonville, Pensacola. And all of them was pretty cool, right? But then there was this one town, y'all, and I shit you not. I don't know if it's still there or not. But we went into this one town, and then we had ate at I don't know if it was a Waffle House or fucking Denny's, or it was one of those type of places, right? So we go in there, and we all, the whole crew. So they had a couple of illegal immigrants with there in the crew, and then I was there, right? And then they had my ex-brother-in-law, his father. So we all in there. We gonna go eat, and somebody made a comment in the back of the restaurant here, and like, oh, I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm not finna eat here with all these fucking spics. And I was like, damn, like, they just said that. I'm like, man, okay, like, it was crazy, right? Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Call me a fuck. I'm not from fucking Mexico, right? Like, I'm not from Mexico. I don't give a shit. People say anything like that, right? But there was a few of us in the group who were all fucking so offended or something. And then, so it turns out we were in like a really very racist town in Florida. Man, I wish I could remember the name, y'all, because I shit you not, when I drove away, there was a billboard, and like I can't even fucking, I don't know 100% what it said as far as the number, but I know 100% that it said something about black people, and then said the amount of percentage about them having HIV or something, right? Like, in the most derogatory, racist fucking way, right? And I took a picture of it too back then. We used to have them disposable fucking cameras you can buy, right? Remember, I took a picture of it. I don't know what happened to the picture, but I just remembered I couldn't get that shit out of my head, y'all. I was like, ain't no fucking way it's really openly racist like this out here. There's no fucking way. And it turns out, yeah, man, we couldn't get a hotel room. We couldn't get, like, we just had to go sleep and stay in the town next to it, because people kept fucking, like, because, I mean, the people I was with, we had some dumbasses with us, right? Like, the people who were like always offended by the fucking whatever. So we were getting into shit where, like, at that same restaurant, we went outside and they ended up getting into it, and then them white dudes fucking had some other white dudes pull up in them pickup trucks with rifles and shit. And I was like, nah. This ain't my fight. I'm out of here. But the shit was fucking racist openly. And I'm like, damn, man, I didn't think Florida was like that, right? I thought, going to Miami and seeing all the different fucking ethnicities and all the people out there in Miami, like, I thought it would be different. But I guess it's just like over here, you got Jasper, Texas, you got Vidor, Texas. Like, you got a couple of places over here in Texas that are fucking racist as fuck. I didn't think Florida was like that. They had me fooled out there. But Shit, I've been going for an hour already. That's what's up. I didn't think I could do it. I want to thank Super Sly 75 for giving me the inspiration to come on here and live out my dream of being a live YouTube streamer. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how you could do it for fucking 2 hours. How does it, how? I need the formula. I need the recipe. How the fuck do I get on here and talk about something for 2 hours without looking like a dumbass, right? This shit ain't easy. It's really not easy, man. Like, I up big respect to people who can pull the shit off and do it, and actually can, you know, have people engaged in all that shit, right? Like, this shit ain't easy, y'all. And then I'm doing it from the car right now, right? From a smartphone. I mean, I guess it really don't matter how you do it, but like, I ain't even finna lie to y'all. I was finna roll up something right now, and I was finna hotbox the car and just chill. But then, you know, the great philosopher Super Sly 75 said, just do it. He said, just do it. I said, man, you know what, man? The smartest shit I heard all week. Just do it, right? Just do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm about to get this monetization though, y'all. Straight up, I'm about to make it happen. I haven't as so far said to myself yet, let me start grifting, right? Because I mean, it's fucking easy, man. It's so easy. You know, I can pander to the fucking Mexican people. Like, oh my god, man. Like the liberal Mexican people, I can pander to their asses. So man, I be having super chats jumping in this bitch. I know I could, right? The people who like the Donald Trump racist people, and like the, you know, the liberal fucking Mexican people out here, fucking dumb as fuck, y'all. But I just can't do it. I can't find it in myself to be like, man, just let me just fake the funk for YouTube for a check, right? I think about it and I'm like, man, let me just start I'm gonna do a pivot, right? Let me do a pivot and I'm gonna start grifting. Or I can be the fucking like the conservative Latino type person, right? And pander to those people. And there's many different fucking avenues to go on if you want to pander and grift. I could do the red pill thing, right? Man, I think I'd be fucking wonderful and great at the red pill thing with all the fucking bullshit that I've learned from their dumbasses, right? Boy, I hit you with the stats like nothing. But y'all know 70% of women initiate the divorce type shit, like all that bullshit, right? I could probably do that too. Have the super chats jumping. But I guess whenever you just I don't know what you call it, right? You just a real dude. I'm just real, right? I guess. I can't do it. I can't find it in myself to do it. I can't do it. So it's like, fuck it. It is what it is, right? I'm gonna get it the hard way, the longer way. And hopefully it's more gratifying in the end, right? Hopefully in the end, whenever it's all said and done, and you know, I'm cutting YouTube checks and you know, getting big AdSense money. Maybe I don't gotta work one day. Maybe I don't gotta go to work and I can just sit my ass back and just do bullshit online all day, right? I mean, that's the plan, right? The plan is to not have to work at all, like no type of work. Like, I hate hearing people and like people be like, I'm a hard worker. Oh, I love working hard. What the fuck you, what? I'm not lazy. I've worked outside. I've done roofing. I've done landscaping. I've been a welder. I've done a lot of different shit to where I've worked out in the Texas heat. I used to landscape and I couldn't wear long sleeve shirts, right? Like everyone else, the Mexican immigrants be wearing long sleeves. They know what the fuck to do, right? Wrap their head up. And I couldn't do it. I'm a big dude. Like, I can't do it. So I'd be out there pushing lawnmowers, and I shit you not, y'all, I'd come home and I'd have blisters on my fucking forearms from blistering up from the sun hitting my shit, right? And I was never, my wife was pregnant with my firstborn. That's when I was like, man, shit, I'm finna get it. I'm not finna do no more book. Nah, it didn't work out too long though, right? But I'm saying that to say that I ain't scared to work hard. I can work hard. I can work hard with the immigrants. I can do circles around these fools, right? I'm not trying to, you know, but shit. If anything, I'd be better working than them because I'm actually bilingual. I'm not gonna understand both sides, right? But that besides the point. I don't like hearing that shit. I do not love working hard, right? I don't like to work hard. If I had it my way, I'd sit my ass maybe in an office somewhere and be able just to chill in the AC and do all that And you know, I will work hard if I have to, if it's something that I gotta do. AM1, what's up, bro? I see you. I see AM1 out there. What making causing some you causing some havoc out there in them YouTube streets, bro. But it's all good. We got your back, though. Ain't finna do nothing. The red pill people and the manosphere dude, they not finna do shit. They just finna talk and run their mouth. No one finna do nothing. They not gonna fight. But I don't like working hard, but I will work hard. But I just don't. People be full of shit sometimes, right? People just be full of shit. Who doesn't want to sit back in the AC while generating an income and not having to break a sweat or get stressed out or have a headache or have to wake up early, crazy hours in the fucking morning, go somewhere and be away from your family majority of the day to then come home to your family who's already winding down, going to sleep. Then I got to shower, go to sleep, and then do it all over again. I don't want to be away from my family. No, I want to be with my family every day and going all around the world, traveling, doing fun shit, right? It takes money to do that. I get it. I understand it takes money. It ain't, god damn, boy, I tell you, I should fucking, man, I should show y'all the next, I should show y'all these people keep walking the same fucking people over and over and over and over. They might, I think they want to be in my live stream, yo. Ain't that some shit? But that's the ultimate goal for me, y'all. I'm trying to have different streams of income to where the income is making the money on its own, and where I don't have to physically be somewhere and doing some type of labor or doing something like, nah, I want to be with my family. Like, that's what makes me happy, is my family. Being around my children and my wife all day, right? Like, that's what makes me feel happy, like complete. Like, I'm Superman. Like, I'm a fucking real life Superman to people. Like, there's people in this world who legit look at me and think like I'm a fucking superhero. Like, why would I not want to be around those people all the time, all day, and making memories and having fun with them, right? Like, I don't want to be around these other fucking idiots all the time. I don't even want to be around my other family members because I feel like they're fucking idiots, right? I want to be with my babies and my wife all day. I mean, it also helps that my wife kind of, I mean, she's kind of bad. She got a smart ass mouth, but she's kind of hot. My babies are beautiful. Like, I feel like I have like the perfect family, but it never fails. I got to go out here and I got to make the money. And in order for me to make the money, I got to sacrifice the time that I get to spend with my family. So it's always a fucking lose-lose situation somehow, one way or another, right? That's why I used to be on that bullshit. Like, I'm gonna have to go out here and do some bullshit, right? We're gonna have to go do some crazy shit. We're gonna have to set something up, go pull something off, right? Something illegal, like something illegal. Y'all know how I do. I mean, I don't lie. I don't front, right? I've done bullshit. I've sold drugs. I've done some crazy shit, right? I've made decent money before. I've never made the type of money that I have made doing illegal things by doing legal things. And I don't know why it's set up like that, right? I don't know why. But goddamn, I tell you, it's like they almost want to force you to have to go and do that shit, right? But the way I see it, fuck the government. Fuck everything they about, everything they stand for. And anybody who's with them, I feel like, you know what? If you with them, you against me, right? I'm not having it. So that's the trap they have most people in. Pain, trading time to live and support your family. Man, I know, bro. I know, man. And that's why, you know, now before, I used to do the YouTube thing, like, no lie. Like, it sounds corny, but when I first started YouTube, my objective was, I thought I was going to come and help humanity, right? I'm going to come bring certain information and try to teach certain things to people in hopes that these people open their eyes. And then, and then we somehow, all of us maybe come together, right? And then we somehow maybe take back what's ours and never have to struggle and make those sacrifices again, where we can actually have our cake and eat it. We can actually be with our family and have, you know, decent money to live off of and be financially free. Like I thought, that's what I actually thought, right? I thought I was gonna be able to come and help people when I first started YouTube. And then reality hits, right? Fuck, these people ain't shit. These people are fucking dumb. What the fuck I want to help these people for? And they're sitting here arguing with me, defending the very people who are fucking them over. You're sitting here and you're arguing with me and you're defending the fucking government over somebody who's like they broke me, right? People broke me. That's when I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I'm finna grift. Who am I gonna pander to? Which side am I gonna fucking pander to, right? Like, goddamn, pick one, right? There's so many, but I just can't do it, right? I can't find myself to do it. But that's the goal. That's the goal. Now I'm like, you know what? I can still come on YouTube. I don't have to grift. I don't have to pander. But you know, I can still come on here. I can maybe just share things, certain things that I know that I know. There's a big part of the world who doesn't know information, right? That a lot of us do know. That's very, very, like, very helpful when it comes to just life, right? There's a lot of shit that's very helpful, like when it comes to life. Like, you know, the whole fucking birth certificate thing, right? Like the whole, like, I thought I was like, man, shit, I'm trying to scream it from the rooftop. Let me come try to help everyone. I started with my family and everyone in my family before YouTube, right? But they fucking kicked me in the ass first. And I should have learned my lesson right there. I should have let me not get on YouTube, and because that people are gonna fucking kick me in the ass too there. But now, silly me, right? I thought, hey, maybe I could really help change the world, right? Maybe. But now, I mean, it is what it is, right? You know, it is what it's exactly the same. It is what it is. Is the whatever, whether you call it good or whether you call it evil, whatever it may be, left, right, white, black, whatever it may be, right? Just, it is what it is. It is what it is. But that don't mean that there aren't certain people out there who do appreciate the certain information and certain things, you know, and that feels good sometimes. You know, it's cool to be like, man, you know, I help these people, I help this person out, or certain people now know certain information because I brought it to the internet, right? Like, it feels good, it's cool sometimes, right? But at the same time, we all need that fucking money to be able to live comfortably and do what we want to do out here in life, right? What we say here? The greatest pyramid scheme ever created was the corporate 9-to-5. This is your great man. You ain't lying, bro. You ain't fucking lying. As little children, we're fucking conditioned to go out and, like, our biggest fucking goal in life is to go get one of these 9-to-5s, right? Like, there was never a fucking push in high school ever for entrepreneurship. Like, I don't ever remember that shit, right? They had a fucking class. I used to do the career connections, or that co-op shit, right? Where you can go to school and then they would let you out early. You can go do your little part-time job. They pushed that shit, right? You ain't had no entrepreneurship fucking programs in school, right? From the moment we're young, oh, I need to go to school, get good grades, go to a good college, and have the career, right? Sounds good, but hey, man, it ain't for everybody, right? The shit definitely wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't for me at all. Like, and I'm not even like I was kind of like I mean, like, again, I don't like to sound too egotistical or nothing, right? But like, school wasn't shit for me. Like, I graduated salutatorian. I could have went to a very good college, right? Like, I could have done things when it came to, you know, being in that spectrum, right? Like, I could have done something and probably made a good career out of it and been looked as successful in other people's eyes, right? But at the end of it, like, I don't give a fuck what other people's eyes think of me, right? Because, like I said, y'all, like, there's literally, like, just feet from me over here inside this apartment. I have 4 people in there who, like, think that I'm like a fucking Superman. Like, I'm like their personal avenger. I'm their 24/7 bodyguard, their protector, their provider. I mean, it doesn't hurt that I'm also, like, kind of funny. You know, I'm kind of handsome guy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to toot my own horn, y'all, but you know what I'm saying, right? But, like, these people think of me like I'm fucking God, right? And only because I do the impossible sometimes. Like, I pull shit off that they've never thought could be pulled off, right? Like, and I do it by myself. I put them all on my back and my shoulders, and I carry this family through everything, right? You know, I mean, my wife, I got my wife, she does what she got to do too, you know what I'm saying? She stays home with my babies while I go out and work, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That's how I know my babies are the safest that they're gonna be, right? Like, man, y'all, you have fucking parents who will, like, straight up, like, I know my siblings, I mean, my siblings are like this, but on summer vacation, they'll say it out loud to other people that they cannot wait until school starts so they can hurry up and go and drop their kids off and leave them at, and to have, like, they say this shit out loud. And I can never ever understand, like, damn, man, like, I know, I mean, my kids get on my fucking nerves sometimes, right? Like, especially my younger boy. Boy, he gets on my, boy, I want to kick him in his fucking, man, I want to fucking punch it. I don't hit my babies though. I don't hit my babies, y'all. But they get on my fucking nerves sometimes, right? Where I'm just like, just shut up, like, shut up. But that will never, ever, ever make me stop and think to myself, I mean, hurry the fuck up and hope school starts so I can have a reason to go drop them off somewhere for 7 hours a day without my supervision, around other people who are kind of fucked in the head and who are fucking indoctrinated to think certain ways, and now trying to push it on my children. I could never, ever say that shit or even think that, let me go get my children away, right? And that's why I feel like life with me, right? Like, life being in a marriage with me, like, I don't know, not, or, you know, maybe someone like me, but like me personally, I can only speak for myself. Like, I know it's not easy, right? I know it's not easy. Like, I know it's not. Like, I'm a whole different fucking, like, it's like, when I mean sacrifices, I mean, they fucking happen several times throughout the week, where, like, it's sacrifices where I have to stop and think, like, damn, like, am I hurting my wife by not wanting to get my children together and go to another family member's house to participate in whatever the fuck it is that they're gonna do over there, whether it be a holiday, a party, or just something, some other fake shit where they all want to get together and fucking get validation for the fucking Instagram and Facebook and do other, whatever it may be, right? It's not just that, whatever it may be, being how I am, like, we're not gonna do it, right? Like, we're not gonna, like, I literally walk in my own lane with my family, like, literally. So I know that it's not easy, right? Like, I gotta sit back and I gotta get sad and be depressed sometimes because something will happen, and my children, like, my children, my babies ain't finna do it. Like, you know, like, my babies ain't finna break Easter eggs on each other's head with confetti, and they're not gonna do that. But we have to sit back still, and they get to see all the other kids doing it. And, you know, my babies don't understand. They don't know fully, right? I do, but they don't. They just know that they sit there and they see the other little kids out there having fun and screaming and fucking having a ball while breaking an egg on someone else's head, right? Or whatever it may be. So I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard for my family sometimes. And, you know, I sometimes stop and think to myself, man, maybe I should just fucking just let me jump back into this bitch, right? Let me get back into the sim. Let me go ahead and pick a side. You know what? Fuck it. I'll be a liberal. Now, maybe I'll be a conservative. Let me go ahead and, you know, I'm gonna wear a fucking a vote button when it comes time to vote. Let me go ahead and put shit on Facebook and Instagram and show everyone what my family got for Christmas this year. Or let me talk about the good deed that I'm gonna go do for somebody. Let me just jump back in this bitch and do it, right? And maybe I'll be doing a sacrifice as well. Maybe that's me doing a sacrifice and I'm actually gonna help my children, right? Because I could be completely fucking wrong. I could be wrong about everything that I stand on. And I know that. I know for a fact that I'm not always right. And I know that I could be wrong. But somehow, some way, I feel like something's telling me inside, right, that I'm doing right by my babies. That, man, look, Steve, you making all these sacrifices, but in the end, it's gonna pay off. Because the children I'm raising, man, they ain't no way that my one of my babies, all of my babies, right? I don't know what or how, but when they're older, they're gonna contribute to society in a way that's fucking very helpful, right? Something that's positive, something that's great. And it's gonna be, that's partially gonna be because of me, because of how I'm raising my babies, right? And I gotta sit back and think about that. As much as I'm like, damn, like am I hurting them? Am I not doing right? Should I stick them in public school, right? Should I let them have the whole experience? Although I know that the experience I had wasn't even like, and this is coming from fucking like I'm like I wasn't I had a good time in high school, right? It wasn't bad. I mean, there was times that it was bad because of what was happening outside of my life, right? Like at home and shit, like we were fucking poor, or if we didn't have food to eat. So yeah, that was hard, right? But I can't say that there was certain things. Yeah, there's shit that happened in school that affects me now, and I know that now. So I'm able to try to fix it now, right? But maybe I should just stick them in the school and let them do the whole experience, right? But I can't do it, y'all. I cannot do it. Well, my boy, he's 8 years old now, and he does homeschool, right? And he's fucking like perfect GPA. He's fucking perfect. Whenever he was a baby, and it was coming time, right, when you have to stick your kids in school. So I don't know if he was 4 or 5 or whatever age he was about to be, right? He was about to have to go to school. Coming soon, like my wife, we're laying down in bed. I remember getting off work or I'm laying in the bed, and the conversation came up. Some paperwork's got to get filled out, or something has to be, something's got to get started, because now's the time. It's the fucking whatever the law may be. He got to do the education. He got to get his education, right? So that shit came up, y'all. That conversation came up, and this was when I was in the house that burned down before it burned down. This was years ago. My baby's 8 now. So I shit you not, y'all. Being honest as can be, I sat there in the bed and I started just tearing. Like I couldn't even control it, right? Like I'm crying, tears coming out my eyes, and I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm crying. Why the fuck am I crying? And I said to myself, you know what? I cannot find it in myself for me to go drop off my baby, dog, and leave him at the fucking school and drive away and just be cool with it. And just think, whoever the fuck wants to influence his mind, or whoever wants to, like, whatever it may be, it's going to be able to happen. And and that night, I remember my wife, she turned around, she's like, oh my God, what's wrong? What's going on? And she, and I'm just telling her, I'm like, look, man, like I can't even fathom. I can't at all. There's no type of way that I can bring myself to fucking think that, yeah, it's cool. I want to go. Let me go, and we're going to have the first day of school. And everyone around me is telling me that I'm wrong. And everyone around me is talking about me behind my back and saying that I'm a bad parent, and my poor babies are going through fucking such horrible conditions because of their fathers are fucking crazy conspiracy theorists who's fucking smoking crack, probably, like all kinds of shit, right? All this is going on, right? And of course it's designed and everything's built to happen like that, so I can fold. But I didn't fold because I told my wife, I said, you know what, this is our fucking child, right? This is our child. So whether it's selfish or whatever it is that you want to call it, well, he's my child. So if I want to be selfish with my child, I can be selfish with my fucking child, right? Like, if I want to keep him with me, closest to me, for as much as I can, as long as I can, until he's grown up and lives his own life, I can do that because he's my child. So who in the fuck has the right to tell me that I have to send my child somewhere to a certain school or something? And that's when I told her, I said, you know what? I'm not feeling it. I'm not gonna do it. I at the time, it wasn't, I didn't, homeschool, of course, it was an option, right? It's always been an option, but I told her, I said, he's not going, I don't care. So either they lock me up, I gotta go to jail, or we gonna pay some fees or some fines, whatever's gonna happen, I'm ready to deal with it. But I'm not taking my baby to school. And it turned out it worked for the best, right? Now we doing all of them. I mean, well, my little baby girl, she's only 9 months. But mother boys is homeschool. And if it ain't fucking been a badass fucking experience and the best possible choice I could have made, I never regret it now. Like, I mean, I get to, like, who else do you really know? Like, okay, so look, I know I'm 34. Oh shit, you got some time in my back, Harry. What you say right here? The public school experience is highly overrated. Your kids are much better off being homeschooled, man. And this is the only reason why I'm so against the public schools now. It's only because I seen, okay, all the girls that I went to middle school and high school with, right? We all lived in the same hood. So the ones who were little thoughts back then, the ones who was busting it open back then, they grew up and continue to bust it open and had babies. And then their babies start growing up and going thought and bust it open as well. And it's just a big old fucking cycle. A full circle. It came full circle. I'm like, damn, now she's a little hoe. Remember, your mama was a hoe. And her mom was, it's a big old fucking cycle, right? And that's not why I'm saying public schools are so bad, regular hope. But it's these people who have these children, right? Who I went to school with. So now they got all their children. So when their children are in school now, in their mind, they think that they're the cool parent, or they think that they're going to send their kid to school to be the cool kid. So they let them all have cell phones. And all those children got TikToks and Instagrams and Facebooks. And they all get on fucking social media. And they're on the internet all day at school. No supervision. No fucking supervision at all. No type of restrictions on the phone, right? And nowadays, these fucking kids, they don't matter. They can be a lock or a parental restriction on the phone. It don't matter. The little bastards are going to figure out how to get through it. And they're going to look at some bullshit, right? Nasty shit. Like, man, y'all, if I tell you nasty shit, and I've seen some of the shit in these kids' fucking phones before, y'all. I had a little scared myself, right? I've seen the shit that goes on in these children's phones and what they looking at. Man, this shit is crazy. If I tell y'all ever hear of Roblox? There's a game out there called Roblox, all right? And it seems innocent. It seems like, oh no, it's a game. I used to play the fucking game. I used to play the game with my boys. Now, I'm not telling y'all what to do with y'all children or how to raise them. I'm not saying anything like that. But just from homie to homie, look, I can tell y'all, maybe y'all haven't seen it. You should keep your kids away from Roblox. 100% keep your children away from Roblox if you can. You know, you don't have to believe me, but if you want to take my word for it, when I tell you that there's literally where you can go into rooms and have an orgy with your character along with other characters that you're chatting with or your friends. Y'all can all come together and have an orgy. And not only you have an orgy, but while y'all having the orgy, you can take out a knife and split the person's throat. Right? I'm telling y'all, Roblox is fucking sick. Like sick. I don't even know how in the fuck you get to do all that. Where or how you get to that. But I don't know, right? But I just know that you can. Like, I just know that you can. Like, if I can put that shit on YouTube or show y'all the fucking screenshots that I took when I went through that phone. Man, it's sick, y'all. It's fucking sick. They have a thing dedicated to furry porn. Okay? So y'all can just furry porn, right? Furry porn. You can use your imagination, y'all. But yes, furry. Like animals. Not just like cosplay. You dress your character up as an animal. Like, no, like a fucking animal. Like kitty cats. Like kittens. It's fucking sick, y'all. It's sick. The same with the anime. It's fucking crazy, right? Because me trying to be a good father, when my little boy was, certain things into anime and all that, I said, shit, I'm super dad. You like anime? I love anime. Come on, we going all out. I got into that Avatar show. There's a show called Avatar, The Last Airbender. Man, y'all, if I tell you that shit, that shit probably one of the best fucking cartoon series things I've ever seen, right? Like, I used to sit there just hooked, binge watch that shit, like immediately. Whenever I seen it, I binge watched that shit with my boys. So that I'm over here walking around the house and I'm fucking, now we acting like he's a water bender and I'm a fire bender. We fighting in the backyard and doing this type of shit, right? Because I'm like, man, this shit badass. But then you get a little bit deeper into anime, and lo and behold, when these sons of bitches, they don't got the anime too. You telling me it's boy on boy fuck action in the anime? Man, the shit's crazy, y'all. Fucking crazy. The transgender anime character, the fucking cartoon is centered around, the entire cartoon is centered around the big fucking linebacker looking woman, man, lady boy anime character. You can't fucking run from it, right? Like wherever you go, they're hitting you at every fucking angle. Every angle, right? This shit's crazy, y'all. That's why I say, you know what? If all of that wasn't like what it was, maybe I would put my boys in regular school, right? Like, man, I would have loved my boys to, like, man, if I tell y'all, Simply Deep, we say sub conspiracy, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, bro? What's up? Man, look, if I tell y'all that I almost, so like, this is coming from, like, I used to be the old me, right? Before I've become doing good. I mean, I'm good, bro. Out here living, I'm free, right? I can't complain. My family up there, everything good, man. Life is good. It's all good, right? But it's what I say. I used to be in the sports. I used to be in the sports so much, you know, and look, I'm autistic, right? Or they call it I'm autism, Asperger's. I'm a little fucked up, right? I'm very bright, but my social skills I'm a little fucked up. But is your content just about conspiracy stuff? I don't want to bring up anything just non-content related. Nah, bro, man, it's called Conspiracy University, right? So when I went into making it, I had the thought process of, I'm gonna speak about and bring light to the things that are considered conspiracy theories, when in fact they're not. It's like a conspiracy fact. Just because you use the word conspiracy in front of the thing doesn't mean that it makes it made up or not real. In fact, it means that actually they conspire. Nah, man, like, I used to try to bring certain information to the public that I thought was helpful, that will be helpful for them in their life if they navigate it properly. But nah, man, it's nothing like that, bro. I'm with all the shits. I'm with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with all of it. Flat Earth, round Earth, you know, the Anunnaki, everything, right? I've been through all the rabbit holes damn near, and I feel like I'm on the other side now. So, but nah, it's all good, bro. It is what it is. It ain't nothing here that's off limits as far as fucking. But what, like I was saying though, I lost my train of thought again. That's probably the marijuana that be fucking my train of thought up, y'all, because I don't forgot what I was saying. But I know I was talking about my little boys, right? And I can't allow myself to let them be separated from me for any period of time. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. But ain't nothing wrong with that, y'all. Like, my wife went through 10 months of carrying my child, right? Like, I went through hours and hours of fucking back-breaking labor, blood, sweat, tears, right? Like, we went through all that shit. So we should get to be selfish if we want with our children. I should be able to want to keep my child with me in my household under my supervision for as long as I possibly can. You are never going to find me ever going to drop off my children somewhere so I can go out and do something, right? Like, I mean, I've done it before. Like, I've done it in the past. And, you know, unfortunately, my mother-in-law passed away. I want to say it's been a few months now. But yeah, my wife's mom, man, she passed away a few months back. And If I tell y'all, that was the only, that was the only person where I was cool and I was okay with going and leaving my children over there for hours or whatever period of time. That was the only person that I would do it with. And you know, my mother, she was from Mexico, Spanish speaking, but for some reason, y'all, like, that was the only one who I knew, like man, respected my boundaries, would call me, like, it wasn't finna just get my children and go and just fucking take off and go somewhere and try to do shit, like whether it be small or fucking something that wasn't even that serious, or like, you know, like they knew I didn't play with that. I wouldn't let my babies go to no one swimming pool, to no water park, Splash Town, fucking Waterland, wherever, Pirates Bay, any of them. Like, I was the asshole all the time because I wouldn't let my children go with some other people so they can play with their cousins or something like that. I'm like, if I'm not there and it's a water involved, they're not going. That's just period, right? Like, they're not going. And like, why are you so, you can't be so fucking protective of your, who in the fuck says that? You're overprotective of your children. Well, fucking great. That's amazing, right? Well, thank you. Like, when people tell me that shit, like, I say thank you, like, sarcastically, right? Because they don't mean it that way. Why are you so overprotective of your children? That's shit, man. Why are you not? Why do you shelter your children? Why do I shelter your children so much? You want me to unshelter them a little bit? Or what? This shit makes no sense to me, y'all, all right? It just makes no sense to me. But my mother-in-law was the only person where I would go drop my babies off, and me and my wife could actually go, and like sometimes we want to go watch a movie, or, you know, go eat somewhere, or just to get the fuck away, and just, we go. I remember there's times where we would go drop my babies off, and we'd come right back to the house. I'd roll up a couple blunts, and we just get high and chill, right? Like, that was the only person, and it's fucked up, you know, because I have other family members and stuff, but I'm already used to always being the asshole, so it doesn't matter to me anymore. Like, I don't give a fuck if whatever I'm considered. I'm considered Superman to my babies, right? So it don't matter. But I will not let my children go. And now definitely, you know, my mother-in-law is no longer here. So like, I kind of don't have the one place where I was cool with leaving my babies. And now definitely, I have a daughter. I have a 9-month-old daughter, y'all. So I had an experience being a fucking dad to a daughter. My baby's 9 months now, and now I have. These babies is definitely not fucking going nowhere, right? I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's my siblings. I don't care if it's my mother, right? And I'm not trying to take anything away from my mother. You know, my mom did the best she could with me, and she raised a pretty good man, if you ask me, right? But it's not because of that. It's just because where my mother lives, right? Like, my mom's still in the hood, unfortunately, and it's by choice. Like, she won't come live with me. She won't come live with my sister, right? She won't, like, you know, my mama, she on that shit where she like, man, mama gotta have a life too, right? My mama trying to do her own thing. My mom want to fucking sit back and smoke a cigarette in her house. She can do that, right? Like, she ain't got to be somewhere else and somebody getting on her ass or bitching at her or something like that. Like, my mama can do that. So she's just like that, right? Like, she's just trying to be still in the hood. So, you know, I'll take my babies over there sometimes. If I'm over, I'll go over there. But if I drop them off over there and the sun goes down, I immediately, in my mind, I'm start thinking, fuck, I need to get over there and go get my babies, right? Like, not because my mom's not gonna take care of them or watch them, but you know, it's my mom. You know, she's an older lady, she's a woman, and I know where she lives, and I know the people over there are a bunch of fucking drunks, a bunch of fucking drug addicts, and a bunch of ignorant, just stupid fucking people. And where my mom lives, she lives in the area where it's like fucking illegal immigrant nation. Like, it's the hub for illegal immigrants where my mom's at, right? Like, she lives a couple of blocks away from like the biggest outdoor flea market in Houston, all right? So just think about that, y'all. The biggest outdoor flea market in Houston is blocks away from where my mom lives. So when Saturday and Sunday hits, I'm not exaggerating when I say the hub of illegal immigrants, y'all. Like, it's the fucking hub. Like, I gotta stop. I gotta get away and not drive through there Saturday and Sunday. Now, not because I'm scared, right? But because I gotta now be the bigger person. I gotta be a father now, like, because I'm act a fool. Like, there's been just several encounters already over there where guns been drawn, fights have happened. I'm popping out the car, like, because these motherfuckers they got no chill. They get to drinking and they're all in their trucks. They start following each other. It's crazy. So that's the only reason why I don't let my babies over there like that. But I say all to say now, I know it's hard. Let me see. I want your opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations that get you clowned, and how you would handle these situations in general? I don't really understand what you mean, bro. My opinion on this. What's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations? Well, define embarrassing though, right? Like, what exactly do you mean by embarrassing? Because for me, like, I'm the type of person who like I don't give a shit what nobody thinks, right? Like, I don't care what anyone thinks. So like, I can be embarrassed, or like what somebody will consider to be embarrassing if it happens to me, right? Like, I wouldn't give a shit. Like, it's whatever, right? Like, you're not gonna fight me. You're not gonna tell me nothing, right? Or you're not gonna, like, whatever. It's all good. As long as I got my wife's respect and my babies respect me and think I'm Superman, I always feel like it's good. It's all good. But as far as what you're saying, you could be, you know, referring to how they are feminizing men in certain movies, right? Are perceiving men out to be a certain way now in movies. And I mean, you know, it's all by design, right? It's all by design. And when I mean all by design, I feel like, in my opinion, right, it's all being done by design. There's either some type of fucking psychological reason behind it. There's a scientific reason behind it. Something to do with how our brains function and how our minds work and how we're gonna work after the fact of us being exposed to these things, right? Our subconscious mind is being showed certain things in these movies. So I feel like it's not a good thing, right? It's not a good thing. And especially if you're oblivious to it and you're blind and you don't really know what's going on, it's definitely not a good thing. Like, if you're able to discern this shit and you're able to, you know, do what you got to do to offset it, then it's all good, right? So thanks for answering my question. So how long you been doing YouTube content? What inspired you? Well, you might have missed it, bro, but I was saying a little earlier, I legitimately started YouTube because I thought I was gonna be like I guess you could say like a fucking freedom fighter, or I had the crazy idea that I was gonna come on here and get together with other like-minded individuals, and that maybe somehow, some way, we were gonna come together and, like, I don't know, fucking form an Avenger group on YouTube, right? And fight back, right? Like, we're gonna fight back. We're gonna try to wake people up and try to get people to come together on our side so we can once and for all stop the fuck shit, right? All the fuck shit that happens all the time. Shit that we ain't got control over, like paying taxes, like police officers. People are able to fucking come over here and fucking pull my vehicle over because I didn't stop at a stop sign, or because of red light, or for whatever the fuck reason they want to do, right? It's ridiculous. Shit's ridiculous, right? So I had the crazy idea that, hey, I'm gonna be able to help change the world because I'm a father now, and I'm gonna leave something behind, like a legacy maybe, or something where I know that my boys are gonna be. But hey, man, you know, it's like YouTube kind of broke me. This shit kind of broke me, right? Whether or not it's real people all the time, or whether or not it's a bunch of bots, even if it is bots, the motherfuckers broke me, right? They know exactly what to say, when to say it. They know exactly what kind of videos to put, like the algorithm. These motherfuckers just, they killed my spirits at first, right? And I'm just like, damn, like, my fucking video, I've dropped videos. And I'm not even bullshitting. Like, I've dropped videos that I have not seen anywhere else on YouTube. Maybe there is, right? But fucking, I haven't seen it, but probably is, right? I'm not the only person who knows this shit, but there's things that I've brought to the people on YouTube, and in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm finna drop a banger. Like, this is gonna be my best video yet. I'm giving so much information, and I'm giving knowledge to people that are gonna be able to move differently and navigate through life and be better for it, right? Like, man, I've dropped these videos, and if I tell you this shit be coming back, I'll be like, man, this shit ain't even had 100 views yet. 100 views. 100 fucking views. And then I'll come back a week later, and the motherfucker will have less views. I'm like, how in the fuck does it go backwards? How is that possible, right? And then you start learning about how you get shadow banned and how they don't show your shit to people and they don't send your notifications out, and it's a big old fucking game, right? So the shit, it kind of made me want to back off a little bit and not just let me fucking post I've posted a dumbass video about stupid shit, and I'm like, damn, this shit 5,000, 4,000 views, and my other video that I feel like is just fucking just dropping gems, it's actually going backwards in views, right? Those are the ones that really fucking, like, those are the ones that, like, that shit gets to me right there, because I'm like, you sorry sons of bitches. Y'all really playing games with me right now. Like, I'll slap the shit out of you in real life if you try to play me like that in real life. But you can't do nothing about it, right? Ain't shit you can do about it. So you tell too much truth and most people love lies. Nick goes through the same thing. Yeah, man, Kerry, I know. I tell you, I know. Now, I know who like, if it ever came down to it, shit ever hit the fan, and it's like, okay, now it's go time, y'all. Everything that we ever said was gonna happen, or shit that people ever predicted, with the world, everything crashing, economy coming down, I know where my people is at. Just like Nick, just like Sly, right? People in like in other states, people who don't live nowhere near close to me, right? Are people, the ones that I align with the most, are people that I'm like, damn, man, like, it's crazy, right? How you meet or you run into certain people and y'all end up coming together and having like-minded people. Really, like, it's almost like if it was meant to happen, right? Like, it's crazy, y'all. This shit's crazy how before I was like the fucking 0.0001% of the person who wasn't gonna get I wasn't gonna get inoculated, right? I wasn't gonna get that fucking poke. And I'm like, damn, man. And little by little, no, slowly but fucking surely, y'all, now that I had to start working at a regular job again, and it's like everybody who's being placed around me in my life, I'm like, damn, was this meant to happen? Was this shit supposed to happen this way? How in the fuck did I go from being like the person who everyone was like, hey, this dude, no, you're not gonna get the jab, the crazy person, to now almost everyone who's like close to me now are people who don't have it. The people that I'm working with now, right? Like, this job I'm at now, I'm like, I find out a little bit about people, right? And I don't open my mouth no more like that, right? I learned my lesson. I shut up. But when I hear someone else don't have it, I'm like, damn, man, it's like we all getting put together somehow. And I hope that's the case, right? Absolutely, but we're family, man. Yeah, real talk, man. Whatever people understand or think of the word family, they got it wrong, right? Because that's not what no, man. They say all kinfolk ain't skinfolk, or all skinfolk ain't kinfolk. That shit is true. It's true, y'all. It's true. Because the people who I thought was my, like my bloodline, my people, nah, man. I'll be feeling like I'm in the Truman Show. Like, they all know what's going on, and they hiding it from me. And the shit be crazy sometimes, because I'm like, damn, I grew up with you, my sibling, my entire life, and all of a sudden it's like, who the fuck are you, right? Like, who the fuck are you? It's crazy. And I know they probably might think the same about me, right? Because I've grown as a person, I'm a different man now. But for my siblings to not sit there and listen to what I have to say and actually, like, take it in, I'm baffled by it, y'all, because, like, I was like the young phenom. Like, I was the person who was the younger sibling who was smarter than my older siblings. Like I was smarter than like my mother. Like I was doing work for my older siblings, right? Like when I was in high school and my sister's in college, I'm doing her college papers for her. Like they used to always praise me and tell me how bright I was. And I mean, oh man, I used to have these fucking teacher conferences because the teachers would tell me, you need to get him out of this school, send him somewhere else. He needs to be in this program. Like I went through a different program because I was smart, I guess. So for the fact that my siblings won't sit there and listen to anything I try to tell them, right? That's only trying to help them help their children or help them and help their life. They won't. They shun me. They talk about me behind my back and they say I'm crazy, that I have something wrong with me now, that I may need to be admitted to a mental hospital. Like shit, like that's severe, like literally, to where I'm kind of scared. So like I gotta let me stay the fuck away for real, for real. Let me stay away for real. Because I started having thoughts in my mind that they could possibly, like my own family members, could they possibly like trick me into getting my children to go with them somewhere and make me thinking something else. And like I started to think that they would actually go and behind my back take my children to go and get that fucking jab. Because not because it was fucking malicious in their mind. In their mind, they thought they were saving my children, right? Like they could have been like, we need to help them. There are nephews and nieces. I mean, there are nephews and stuff. Like in their mind, they legitimately probably were thinking that they were going to help my children but I started thinking that shit. I started thinking, damn, they think I'm so crazy that they might actually go behind my back and lie to me and take my children to go do that shit. I started thinking that. And now I'm glad I did. I'm glad I thought that way now, right? Like hindsight is 2020, but I feel like they're fucking dumb. Like they're dumb. I remember like me and my sister were arguing a lot during that time. And I remember I told her, I'm like, she tried to make some comment about me, something to me, right? We're arguing. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you're getting your fucking information from the news and you're sitting here and trying to argue with me and defend what you fucking saying based on what you heard on the news. And then she made a comment to me trying to be a smart ass. She's like, oh, whatever. I don't even watch TV. She told me that, right? So then I told her, so why in the fuck did you take you and your family to go and line up at this whatever place you went to and let them inject some shit into your body that was an experiment, right? If you don't watch the news or you don't watch TV, why in the fuck did you do that and line your family up and take them to go get the fucking jab? Why? But you don't watch TV. So where in the fuck did you get the information? Where did you hear about it? What made you take your family to go do that? Is there a fucking something else going on that I didn't know about? Like a separate pandemic or something? Like what's going on? That's when I said to myself, I'm like, man, you know what? My family is just, they can't help it. They're just fucking so stuck and programmed that they really cannot help it. Or this may be my mental right here, right? Or I'm real life fucking Truman Show, and like they all just fucking actors or something, right? Like that's crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but when I tell you the type of shit that I'll be like, when I'm looking at them and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, you are stupid. You one stupid son of a bitch. Like you just said that. I can never get it, yo. I will never understand, and I will never fucking agree. But I've come to the conclusion now that none of it matters. None of it matters. Because my babies and my wife are inside right now in the apartment and they got some good food to eat. They get to kick back in the AC, all the toys they want, all the love from a mother and father that they can ever want. Like they get to see a stable fucking good family put together, right? Like, nah, we not perfect, right? And people fight. Me and my wife fight before. I've done crazy shit. Like I've done the whole fucking blow up. I've punched the holes in the wall. Like, man, I'm fucking human, y'all. Like, I'm human and I got a temper. And my baby's fucking, but man, when I look around me and I see everyone else with their children, like right now, look, I'm in the parking lot of my apartments, right? And there's children who are outside playing. like by themselves, right? Nobody's around. Nobody's around. I could be a fucking kidnap. I could be someone who's trying to kidnap children, right? They don't fucking know, but like they're just out here, children running back and forth, right here where cars go back and forth. It's already dark out here. There's no fucking adults anywhere in sight watching these children. And maybe their parents don't know, but I know. But I've been on the fucking website seeing where all the pedophiles live around me, right? There's some in this fucking apartment complex that I want to say is more than one, right? There's more than one, pretty sure. But I'm like, you have your children out here playing by the motherfucking selves at night, and you ain't been out here to come check on them. Because I've been out here almost 2 hours already, y'all. I'm parked in the same spot, and I still see these little badass fucking savages going back and forth with no supervision. They got phones in their hands, right? So these two little girls right here, they're not even fucking, they can't be no older than fucking 13 years old, right? They can't be no older than that. But I'll catch them over there, and I'm like, son of a bitch. They're doing the fucking TikTok dances. So they're making a video to put on fucking TikTok, and they're doing the fucking TikTok dances, y'all. The ones that are fucking of the songs of the fucking, you know, y'all know what the fuck y'all know what I'm talking about. The shit they do when they fucking the videos of the girls are popping their ass and fucking doing the fucking bullshit, right? I'm seeing little girls with phones and no supervision. They're doing the same shit over here right now. And I say, damn, hey, I'm right. Whether or not they don't like it, hey, I'm right. What I'm doing, I'm taking the steps to be a better parent and be a better fucking adult, to supervise my children. I'm just being better overall about it. And that's not right. That's not okay. So that parent's doing something wrong. They're not doing something right. Like, that can't be good. You got your daughter out here doing these little fucking TikTok dances that have like sexual type dance moves to it, right? And then you got these sick ass fucking perverted men out here who are fucking sick in their head and would actually be attracted to that type of shit and be turned on by that sick shit, right? It's like, damn, y'all throwing them to the wolves. All these poor little girls, all they don't stand a chance. I see in my eye, they don't stand a fucking chance, right? But it is what it is, y'all. That's gonna be my new fucking saying, right? It is what it is. And I'm down there done 2 hours, y'all. Shit, that's just a new one for me. It's a milestone. But like I always say, y'all, I appreciate every single one of you who come over here and rock with me, who's still rocking with me. And I promise y'all, whenever my little situation's done and I can speak about, I took videos, I recorded the process, y'all. I recorded the process of me going over there. I have the process recorded to when my wife went to go scoop me up, me coming out the door. Like, man, I got it all recorded, right? Like I fucking recorded the whole thing, y'all. Well, whenever it's done, I don't know if it's like a fucking, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know whenever shit gets settled and it's done, I can then speak about it freely. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna definitely talk about it. I'm gonna talk about the fuck shit, the corrupt shit, all the good stuff, all right? But like on some real shit, y'all, I do appreciate y'all staying around here, come rocking with me. And y'all keep your eyes open out there, homies. Y'all stay safe.